Hello.
Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good, good. If you want to be on, if you want to show your face, click the video and oh my goodness, you figured it out. Um, but if not, it's all good. So Nelson, been watching your career through Thompson Boxing. You're being built up, you hit hard. What's this part of the journey like for you?
Uh, I've said it in multiple interviews. Just to keep on working hard, continue getting the guys I'm supposed to get out of there quick. Just making a name for myself right now, and with this next fight being on Fox Deportes, just building up my career more and getting more well known.
How hard has it been I'd assume that you're a competitor and you want to fight the famous names and all that, and having to be developed when you want to jump in and kind of face some of these guys that the world says are the best guys. How has that been for you at this point?
It's frustrating because like you said, you're a competitor. You want to fight the best. You want to test yourself, challenge yourself. But it's really a business, and I just listen to my what my corner says, or I don't argue anything. I just agree with whatever. If the next fight is a really tough fight, if the next fight they're all tough fight because you regardless of who the opponent is, we all train the same, work hard and but I don't say no to any option out there, and I'm sure whatever my team has is what's best for me. So I just put my full faith in my team, and whatever comes comes.
So you spent most of your career, if not all of your career, on Thompson boxing cards. Now Thompson is evolving into a new entity, but it's not necessarily the same people. But Alex Camponovo, who is in charge of Thompson, is now running the show over there. How does that feel? Because I heard on the last Thompson card, it was kind of bittersweet for you since you had spent your career on Thompson boxing and that was coming to an end. Does it feel good to be returning with people that you know on this platform?
Of course, they have good hospitality. Every person I've worked with there, it's always genuine support or everything they've done for me. I was never a signed fighter, but everything they've done for me is amazing. The weigh-ins were always everything was so like business and straightforward, and it was just a pleasure working with them. So I'm glad that we're going to continue this relationship with them.
You must be a hell of a ticket seller. I thought you were signed to them because they kept bringing you back.
Um, no, well, for the most part, I like to thank the people that go watch me, but I'm nowhere near what some guys sell.
Okay. Well, I guess another interesting aspect to you is you have like a regular union job. You have a regular guy job. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but that was kind of some of the storyline coming up. Can you talk about how you separate your work life, your career, and your boxing career?
Funny enough, I made the big decision to quit after my last fight. Since we didn't know that what was going to continue afterwards, we thought it was going to be, um, well, it could have gone either way. Boxing's so crazy. You can have a last minute fight fall out on a big card and someone slide you in. That's how most of the fights with Thompson, like previously, like Josito Lopez jumped into that Victor Ortiz fight, and he got well known, and so I just wanted to be prepared for everything. So I jumped the gun and decided to quit after this last fight. But yeah, it was hard. It was really hard since I was working out of town sometimes, and I would have to go find a gym and train out of town, find sparring out of town. So it was crazy, man. But yeah, definitely early mornings, late nights, hardly getting any sleep. Training isn't as optimized. It was definitely tough, but uh, you know, I had a baby. I just had to pay the bills, and luckily I have enough money saved so I could enjoy myself and pursue my dream in boxing for a bit.
So I guess my question to you now is, a lot of prospects get signed at 18 or 19 years old, and they never know a world outside of being a signed fighter. I'm kind of leading you into an answer, certainly, but I guess to me, I would assume you're someone that doesn't take anything for granted. And now that you don't have a job, you probably know what it's like to be a member of the real world. You know what it's like having a job, and you truly want to make this work. Do you think you have an edge over certain prospects out there based on the fact that you've had to live in the real world?
Um, Not necessarily, because that's all they know in their life. I've had my moment where my parents supported me, but I wanted something better. I wanted money. So I just wanted something better for myself. So I pursued money for a bit. I had my options to turn professional younger. Um, it was just not the right time, and pursuing it. Well, I think everything happens for a reason. So, I mean, my career is going to fall into place. Everything comes with time. So I thought it was just time to drop the. I could always go back to construction or go back to getting another job. I can't go back to boxing. So I didn't want to be 40 and say, man, why did I give it all at that time? Or why didn't I didn't want any excuses like later down the line.
You're giving it an honest effort. You're giving it an honest effort. You're going all in. And I think that's very courageous because I think there's a lot of people I've met in my life. I'm older than you, where they never wanted to see how far their hard work could take them because they were worried it might not be enough. So I think it's always respectable when people go all in on something because it takes a lot of courage.
Oh, it's frightening. It's frightening, and the thankful part is with every fight you gain a little bit more confidence. Every fight is a little bit more confidence, and it's just gonna keep on growing and growing, and like people ask, where do you see yourself like 2 to 3 years from now? And it's crazy because you can't really know, especially now with viral sensations and everything. You can be in a world title fight like in 2 3 years, just from social media, which is ridiculous. But I don't know, the world's crazy now, so I don't know how to explain it.
But I think the positive thing is I'm looking, you're in the middleweight division. The middleweight division's pretty awful right now, if we're going to be honest. I mean, Janibek's a great fighter. He's in a unification bout, but the division has been dismantled because guys have been either going up or down. There's Charlo below and there's Canelo above. And it's basically been a race to the money. And in its wake, middleweight has gotten forgotten. There's solid contenders, but there's not really a guy right now. I look at is if you come out of this Fox Deportes show, you get a couple of wins, you're right in there with a world ranking with where the division's at currently.
That's true. That's true. Johnny Beck, man, he can fight. He can fight. But other than that, yeah, there is good contenders at 160. I wouldn't mind getting in with any of them.
Are you
Um,
going to call some names out? When people always do the sinister smile, I always got to wonder.
yeah, I have names in my head, but I don't know. I don't know if right now is a good time. I'm focused on
I get it because it's also you're kind of in a position where you're trying to make a name for yourself and you don't want to associate yourself with maybe a more famous person and just look like you're associating with that. And then your fight, which is really hard, right? You're fighting a credible guy. That fight becomes that much more harder. And it has nothing to do with what your opponent's doing. It has to do with the tongue tasseling.
yeah. Uh, no, I don't know. I was just never stay in my own lane, work hard, put my head down, trust my manager. Whatever he says goes, and it'll eventually come. That's why I'm not too worried about when I fight or who I fight. I'll just always say yes and work hard, keep my head down, work hard.
The Wayne Boudreaux fight, what did you learn in that fight? Because I think that was a very good fight for you to have early on in your career because I felt like you learned a lot in that fight.
Oh man, that was a great fight. I was disappointed in the fact that due to my work and everything, I did have some time off for that one, but I came in a little bit dehydrated in the fight. Um, but I learned, man, I learned I could pull it out when I need to. That sixth round, he didn't throw that much, and I just really let it all out on that sixth round. Henry kind of pulled me in, and he's like, I had to get after it, and that was it was a great experience, man. It was a great fight. I really was disappointed that I couldn't get him out there. I didn't have the energy when I needed the energy to get him out of there. But all in all, it was a great learning experience. It was a great fight. Many people loved it, and I just wish I got him out there.
That's a power puncher statement. It sounds like that fight also laid the groundwork for you going all in on your boxing career. It doesn't sound like you fully want to say what it was per se, but like it seems like part of what made the fight hard was you were balancing two careers.
Yeah. So for the last two fights, and especially after that one, I got a nutritionist. Started working more on my weight and really focusing and dialing that in. Man, a lot of these boxers, stable mates or whatever, I've seen it countless times. Just don't know anything about nutrition, including myself, until you really work with one and just step up your game and just gotta invest in yourself.
Scary, man. It's scary, scary because it's it's tough. So tell me about this guy that you're fighting. What should I know about him? What kind of fight is this going to be? Is it going to be a knockdown drag out? Is this a developmental fight? Is this I don't know. You tell me what you view it as.
From what I've seen, it's gonna be like most of my typical fights. He looks like he comes to fight, comes forward. I only seen like one video of him. He likes to switch, but we worked on a bunch of things that we got in store for the switching and everything. So I've been working with lefties, righties. But yeah, it's gonna be mostly like the other ones. It's gonna be rock'em sock'em. I don't like to say that I look for the knockout because I say it a lot, but man, they always come, and I guess I'm out for the blood. I want that knockout.
Well, I've seen pretty much every one of your fights, I believe. Like I think I probably missed a fight here and there because I don't know you and life is complicated and stuff. But
Of
uh
course.
you have a style where it's pretty obvious what you want to do. You're down to fight, you hit hard, and you have the mindset to me that when you hurt someone, you know what you want to do. And if you get behind, you want to land something that'll turn the fight around. That's neither good nor bad. I think you found a great career for that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think you're ever going to enter into a fight where it's not going to be a fight where you're not looking to KO somebody. I don't see you going into a fight and saying, I'm going to go 10 rounds this fight.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But there's just like this certain faces or when you land a punch and you hurt someone, even if like the crowd can't tell or judge can't tell, um, you either feel it in your hand or you see a little blink that you jump on it. So yeah, I would say I have that little instinct of I'm out for blood and I want that knockout. One fight I got a point deducted, and then I watched it over and over, but the guy I had hurt him, and he kind of buckled, and then he didn't fully touch the canvas, and I hit him again, and he didn't touch the canvas at all with his gloves or his butt or anything, but and then I hit him again, and then this ref started counting him, but then he took a point away from me, but uh, yeah, it was just I'm out for blood.
I mean, I think we had Brian Mendoza on recently, and he talked about when he saw that he had caught Fundora, he talked about the killer instinct on here, where he was like, the minute I knew I rocked him, that is the killer instinct. That's where everything went blank. And it's like, oh, this is my moment to change my life. And it sounds like that what you're talking about is the same thing that Brian was talking about on here.
Yeah, it's like a vision, man. Like I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be as drastic as when he hurt Fundora, but there's like these little. It's like They're like
Spider
tell.
sense, like a little radar resonating from a room.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when let's say you're playing poker and then everyone tries to have a poker face. You break that little poker face of theirs, and then that's when you know. It could be a body shot, it could be a headshot. A fighter can tell.
I mean, sitting ringside, I typically can tell when a guy's hurt because there's always a distinguishable noise. Like if a guy makes a noise off a body shot, or if that, like you said, they blink or they fidget or they stop throwing after a bit, like you can kind of just pick up on things,
Yeah, yeah, yep.
So I mean, that's good. Um, I mean, let's talk a little bit more about this show. It's going to be on Fox Deportes. That's pretty cool. How do you feel to be on this network and to have a fight that's on television? I guess all your fights have been television via YouTube, but this is TV.
It's exciting, man. It's feels like I'm stepping up a little bit, like I'm graduating, going from high school to college or something like that. It's very exciting. Good, just good exposure. I'm glad I'm getting more exposed. Different venue, but same. Did I lose you there?
Not at all, but same. I assume you're going to say same result.
All right, my screen blanked out. No, no. Uh, same goal. Hopefully, same outcome.
Yeah, man, I think it's exciting. I think that you were the next guy I was looking at with Thompson Boxing. It was you and George Acosta. Seemed to really have a lot of momentum kind of over the past couple of years being built up. Thompson had done a great job at kind of finding hidden gems in Southern California, building them the right way, and then getting them to a world championship level. And now going into this new endeavor with Alex Camponovo and his new project, it looks like there's a great opportunity for you to kind of go to the next level.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I'm telling you, man. I quit my job. I know I've had it harder. I just got to pursue my dreams and just improve every little bit I can. Keep improving.
Talk about your relationship with Coach Henry. Give us a little insight into YouTube because you spend so much time with these coaches and you know, break us down a little bit how much that relationship is.
Well, I moved out here in Fontana about, I want to say, a year before COVID, which was 2019. And I was still an amateur. He wanted me. He was looking at me. I came to spar. I had fought previously one of his fighters, and so he had known me already. But I was recommended over here, and then I started working with him, and I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do yet, if I wanted to turn pro. But he got in my head and gave me the confidence I needed to turn pro. But Henry's a great guy, good character. Just needs to do what he needs to do. Instills confidence in you. Just works on you, and he's a good guy.
Probably has about 20 Dodger caps because
Oh yeah,
like he has like I never see like sweat on his Dodger cap. It's like always a pristine Dodger cap. That's my takeaway.
yeah, definitely. One in the gym, one for the gym, one for going out, and one probably for the fights. He has like probably like 10 of them.
Yes, I got that would be a great piece of online content going with Henry to watch him buy Dodger hats. Like, what's the process? That'd be some great auxiliary content because if you really have been around him, it's like that's his uniform is a Dodger hat.
Yeah,
Er,
you got hair, huh?
yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue. Do you
Oh,
know? Does he hit mitts with you with the Dodger cap on?
nah, he's takes it to the back.
Oh, he flips it around.
Yeah, he flips it around.
It's pretty good. My good close buddy Marky Hernandez. Did you ever run into Marky at the gym? And
Yeah.
do you have any Marky stories when you two were in the gym?
Um.
You got an evil, sinister smile. That's the same smile Marky's got. What's going on there?
Well, when we first met, I don't know. I feel like he had like a little chip on his shoulder, and then I was still amateur, so it was like maybe like my first couple of months there, and then he was getting ready for a fight, and man, we like the first session we did, it was just like an all-out war. We were like, because I thought he had a chip on his shoulder, but he's a great dude, man. A real family man. He's a great dude, but that first session we were out for blood. We were going at it. It was a
Well,
time.
he's one of the best people in boxing, but I think you're hitting on something. Like, all you boxers are crazy. And sparring, the first time people spar is not really sparring. That's like, who's better. That's my
Yeah,
experience in the gym. It's like when there's a guy in your weight class, it doesn't matter if they're amateur or pro. When there's a new guy in the gym, it is who is better sparring. And it's like, it's never just like, okay, let's work. Nope. It's all out who's better.
yeah, yeah. And then like I said, that Henry used to have had a fighter that I fought before. And then same thing. The first time I went to go sparring at his gym, it was like a little war going on.
So it was like a gang initiation for you to get into this gym. It's like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going into like some real sparring.
Well, they have a lot of guys at my weight as well. They had Markey, they have Josh Conley, they had Louie, they had Richard Brewer. Now they have AJ. They had Jesse. So they have a bunch of guys at my weight.
And I mean, that we don't have to say how you did, but it must feel good that you ran that little circuit and you got your respect and you're pro now and you got a good record. Like, that must instill some confidence that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, of course, of course. And like I said, just with every fight, it just gaining confidence, and I love it. So it's a great thing.
And this fight you're doing is a 6-rounder.
Yeah, hopefully by the next one it'll be an 8 rounder.
Is that the paycheck, or you want the opportunities for why you say it's an 8-rounder?
The opportunities.
Okay, because every now and then I catch a guy slipping and they say, well, the opportunities are good, but I also want that one more zero added to the paycheck, you know?
Yeah, that'll
Uh,
be nice. If you're good, the paychecks will come.
when I also feel like the difference between an 8 and a 10-rounder is that really that big? Like, once you go about 8, because I remember shadow boxing and doing stuff, I couldn't imagine how people do 12 rounds when I was a little kid. How do people do 12 rounds? Because I couldn't even do 4 rounds. And then I feel like there's a level to a real professional where it's like you can do as many rounds even out of shape because you just learn through experience how to fight in certain spurts and stuff. So,
Definitely with experience, being calm in all situations, being relaxed. If you fight tensed up, or if you fight scared, you're gonna be dead tired, dead tired.
if you fight soft, it's going to be hard. Um, I like that. Well, just promote yourself, bro. I appreciate you talking to me. Don't need
No,
to waste any more of your time. Promote the fight, promote yourself, social media, all that stuff. Maybe we can get 1 or 2 people to follow you.
oh yeah, man. The thing with the social media, it's hard to do, but it's so easy to do at the same time. Like everyone's doing it. Why can't you? Why can't me? Why can't anyone do it? It's just about being consistent.
Well, and it's also about being corny if we're going to be real.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
if I do what I want to put out there, like I'm want to put out watching anacondas eat things in the wild in the Amazon, like that's what I'm interested. I don't think that's going to have a big thing, but if I work on getting abs and do a little dance to a Taylor Swift song, that might be cool. So I mean, I think there is a little bit of consistency, but it's also a little bit of reading the room and what do people want on social media. It seems like people want like sexy stuff and stupid stuff. That's just what it seems like to me.
yeah, that's true. And it, I think it's selling out, but I mean, at this point, it's kind of like other people's jobs. I wouldn't say necessarily like I'm trying to be better at it, but I don't know. It's hard being corny, or it's just like I want to be genuine, and then uh, I I think I'm funny, but I'm not out of this moment spurt funny. I can't tell you a joke right now, but like making a video, I don't know. It's not my niche.
And for your generation, it's hard, right? Because social media is almost like a form of money now. Like, how many followers do you got, bro? Like, it's like a new form of currency. I'm
Yeah.
old enough where I don't even care. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I can look at it and I don't care. I don't want to learn that. But like for someone your age who's trying to be a pro athlete, who's in the mix, there is some truth to that you have to kind of learn how to be genuine, how to be corny, and how to be relevant, because there is going to come a time where possibly a major network will look at you and go, what's your follower numbers? That
Yep.
determines if you get a fight.
Yep. I've heard some promoters do that.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that, but I mean, that's just business, right? Like literally, if you start a boxing website, what are they going to tell you? Look at the 10 biggest names in boxing and write stories on only them and then
Yep.
work backwards, right? Because they want the things people Google. But we're burying the lead. Your fight, why don't you promote yourself, promote this fight? It's a great one. I'm going to be tuned into it. It's awesome. I'm excited. I got to talk to you. But let's promote, and get people watching this fight.
Well, September 9th at the Thunder Studios. You can catch on Fox Deportes. You can follow me on Instagram at Knuckle Nelson, NuckleNelson, no K.
Why did you drop the K?
It looks better like that. And then, okay, at first it was taken on Instagram, and then it just looked better, and then I just kept it on my shorts like that. So, or kept it everywhere like that. So that's why.
Okay, can't argue it.
We're gonna
I,
think.
I thought you were gonna say you saved the K for the knockout in the ring.
Oh man, that would have been a good one. I'm gonna use that next time.
Okay, I gave you some free game. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. So I'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.